Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Julia and today we are going to do a digital vision board for the next year. Last video I did a physical one and it's actually on my wall right now, and that took me quite some time, a lot of planning, a lot of steps in between about printing the pictures, cutting them out, gluing them on, and so on and so on. But I was thinking, what if you don't have that time or you don't have a printer to print out pictures? And so I thought maybe today we can do a digital vision board for next year, really fast and easy. And so without further ado, let's start.
Okay, the two things we need is a connection to Wi-Fi because we're going to use Pinterest, and we're going to need a presentation app like, for example, PowerPoint or Keynote. In this case, I only have Keynote, so we're going to be using Keynote. We're going to open a new presentation, delete everything that is on it, and just copy and paste multiple ones because we're going to copy and paste some pictures from Pinterest into the presentation. And next we're going to go on Pinterest. On the homepage, it already offers you some pictures that you've looked up before or that might be fitting to what you've been looking at in the recent times. So I'm just going to scroll through Pinterest home until I find something that sparks my initial inspiration or interest for my vision board. Then I'm going to download that image and copy and paste it into my presentation. And the cool thing is, once I click on that image, I'm going to get more recommendations of other images that are similar to that aesthetic. And if these images align with your goals and your vision for the next year, you can then again download them and paste them into the presentation. For this video, I made in total 8 vision boards, and I thought about all kinds of girls that might have like completely different or also similar visions for this vision board. After seeing all of these images, I kind of thought about the old money aesthetic, and so I've started looking for old money aesthetic and just kind of hope that I'll be lucky and find something that fits to the other images. And a lot of the pictures I ended up choosing were pictures where you only see the backside of the main person, and I think that really helps you visualize yourself into that person because the face isn't that prominent, and I think that really helps identifying yourself and visualizing yourself into that person with that lifestyle that you want for next year. Once I have more pictures, I start assembling them and organizing them next to each other, and what really helps for me personally was to put pictures that were a little bit lighter next to darker ones, or for example, when you have two main colors of your color palette, you put them next to each other. So for example, she was wearing a lot of white and black, so I kind of looked if it also fits with the background, but it ended up working really well, putting her in a black dress next to her in a white dress, next to her into a black dress, and so on. So you have these colors and you kind of try to mix them instead of putting them next to each other. I also didn't want the pictures to look too symmetrical and too organized because I wanted it to look a little more lively and spontaneous, and so sometimes I made some pictures a little bit bigger, even if that meant that it was covering another picture. And I really feel like that's kind of a part of the vision board aesthetic, that it's not too organized. I mean, there's definitely a structure within the structure and there's definitely an organization, but for me personally, I really like it when it looks a little bit more spontaneous, like you've just kind of pinned it on, and the pictures are not all the same size and it's not all symmetrical. I think it makes it look really nice. Before I'm going to show you the first result, let's go through a little summary. First of all, you should choose pictures that align with your goals and your vision. And secondly, choosing pictures that have a similar aesthetic can help make the appearance of the vision board more harmonious. And third, it might also be beneficial if you position your images according to the colors. Meaning, for example, you have dark and light images, you would position them according to dark, light, dark, light. Let's say in your color palette you have red and yellow mainly, you would position these images red, yellow, instead of red, red, yellow, yellow. And I personally really like it when it does not look so symmetrical and structured, so I tend to choose different sizes of images to make my vision board look more lively. Here again, a little overview of our little summary. Alright, now I'm going to show you the first result of the different 8 vision boards that I've made for this video. Our first vision board is the old money aesthetic, and I can imagine a person having this vision board to want to live in that kind of lifestyle, to have these kind of clothes, to live in that kind of environment, and also for the vibe to be very casual, carefree, and romantic. And also as an example, I added some motivational words to manifest. So a person with this vision board might really like the sayings, trust the process, good things are coming to manifest on, or just to kind of remind themselves that they should trust the process because maybe that's something that they struggle with. These are just 2 examples. Of course, you can add many more supportive, motivating, inspiring words and sayings that you really like. Next, we have this vision board with also different aesthetic and also different quotes and manifestations. So here, for example, we have your direction is more important than your speed, and life is too short to spend it at war with yourself. Next, we have a little lighter vision board with the sayings, you've got this multiple times, and the best time for new beginnings is now. As you can see, this vision board is a little bit different. This person seems to be more into art, paintings, and drawings, which is different from the next vision board. Here we have more of the Chanel girl aesthetic, and the manifestations are, you are made of magic and be your own muse. The next vision board has a more New York City girl aesthetic, and we have the manifestations, good things take time, and you go girl. Whoop whoop. Next, we have a more peaceful looking vision board with the manifestations. I can do everything that I set my mind to. Wonderful things are about to happen. The next vision board has a definitely more bougie vibe to it. With the manifestations, I am a money magnet and I have all it takes to live my dreams. As you can see, I tried to match the aesthetic of the manifestations with the aesthetic of the vision board, so it overall looked aesthetically pleasing altogether. And last but not least, our final vision board. Here we have the manifestations, taking care of yourself is productive and a new era of me. And of course, we can put the new year into the middle, 2023. And finally, here's a little overview of all 8 vision boards. As you can see, there's one missing, and that one is reserved for you.
This is all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was somewhat helpful, and I wish you all the luck and I'm sending you all the love for you to manifest your dream life, and I hope to see you next week Friday. Bye-bye!
You said it really ain't crossed my mind. Crossed my mind. Maybe these nights